Whew, I'm hoping we're making money after all that drought. Hope we're doing fine. I hope everybody who's tuned in right now is having a great evening and had a blessed day, a productive day, a money making day, a restful day, whichever one that you needed to have today. I hope you had it. Yeah? Ah, boy. A whole new week, huh? A whole new week. And so many things have been happening since the month started. It's an exciting month. We just had some beautiful apartments given away. What is it called? Is it City Breeze? I looking at DJ Shan, but he not looking at me now. City Breeze. What's the name of the apartments? Can't even remember. All I know, it just looks really beautiful. So I'm happy that we have some persons now having access to a home, having a home for themselves, for their families. I think, that is something that is truly remarkable, something that, yeah, just relieves some people's stress. Anyways, I'm your girl, Tanya, and we have our guests, well, I won't say guests, these are the guys on the panel with me, Mr. Sam Raphael and Mr. Kenny Green. I'm waiting for them to join me. And we have a great, great, great show planned. A little different from what we usually do, you know? But I think you guys would definitely enjoy it. Just to remind you all, on the other side, we're here every Tuesday evening from 6 to 7:30 p.m. And we present the views which are different from what you normally hear on a range of current event topics. Yes? Um, this Tuesday, we decided to go. I hope me attracting the young crowd this Tuesday, to be honest with you, because I gonna keep it real. We know radio stations, the young people doesn't really listen that much. Yeah, it's not a place right now for the Z generation, for the younger ones. But I'm hoping we attract them because I feel I know the young ones are the future, and we want to talk to you guys, yeah, on various topics. So this Tuesday, we are going to cover a great topic. We're going to call this one entertainment after COVID. I kind of don't like using the word after because I feel like we're still there, but that's what we're going to call this one. And we're also going to touch on the responsibility of the entertainer as a social influencer. So that's the topic this evening, guys. We're touching on entertainment after COVID, as well as the responsibility of the entertainer as a social influencer. We have some great guests in studio. I'm supposed to have three, but I only have two right now. So third guest, you know who you are. If you're on your way, make it quick. Okay, make it, you know, quick. But in studio, I have with me right now, I'm going to start with lady, the ladies first. Ladies first. We have Miss Mikkel. Is it Mikkel?
That's right.
Yeah, it's spelled like Michelle, though.
Yes.
Okay, but Mikkel.
It's an Italian pronunciation, Michele.
Mikkel. Oh,
That's correct.
Mikkel Henderson, guys. Now, I think you're a goodwill ambassador to Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know you have a large repertoire when it comes to Creole music.
Thank you.
I heard you're like all over the world.
I do my best.
Yes. So we have Michael Henderson in studio, and now we also have Mr. Asa Banton, the Bouillon Boss. Let me tell you a secret. A long time I want to have a little interview with Asa, and let me tell you, he deny me, yeah? So he finally here, and I'm happy to see him here. So we have Asa Banton, the international Bouillon artist, also a goodwill ambassador as well, right? So we have brand ambassadors here, we have influencers here with us. I thought the third guest was walking in. Somebody else walking. But we're waiting for somebody else. I don't want to call names. Hopefully he reaches. And we're talking about entertainment after COVID and the responsibility of the entertainer as a social influencer. I think I introduced my guys as usual. Sam with the big smile. Oh, hi, Sam. How are you?
Hi, Tanya. How are you? Sorry I couldn't be there to join you in the studio, but I'm feeling the energy, so keep on going. And good evening to Mikel and to Asa. And I think the third person that's on his way is King Dice. So
yes.
he should.
Oh, you guys I mean, you sure he coming? I didn't want to call his name,
No, there was a error with respect to the digits on the clock. So he the way he understood a different time than 6 o'clock. So he's making his way. He's in town, so
Okay,
expect him
good.
as possible. Yeah.
And Kenny,
I,
how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Greetings to Asa and to Mikael and to Sam wherever he is. Good to see you guys on the show. It should be fun.
Good night,
Thank
man, Mr.
you. Thank
Grid.
you.
Sam, how you doing, Sam?
Brother Issa, I'm good, man. Hank, we flew back from
Miami.
on the first flight. I remember that.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was exciting. Well,
I thought he was the pilot, boy.
I've been on that flight plenty times, so I'm out again on that flight. So
Nice.
I'm like American Airlines best customer coming into Dominica.
Excellent.
Oh, okay. So let's dive right in. You guys know why you're here. We
Mhm.
want to get an idea of, how has COVID treated you guys in particular? I know you can speak in on the industry, but for you, let's start with Asa. How has it been for you, COVID? 2020, that thing start now? Oh my
2020.
God, 2020.
Yeah,
Terrible.
March.
Yes.
Terrible. It was really, really hard for the entertainers. I mean, from time COVID start, you just start to see shows start to cancel,
How you was feeling when your show started to cancel?
I mean, you was just in a position that you cannot do nothing about it. It bigger than you. And you just feeling weird and feeling bad and like checking, okay, boom, subtract.
Yes.
Subtract.
Your budget, your
Your
whole
bu-
thing mess up for the year.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure that made you all think about now the financial management aspect.
No,
Absolutely.
even if you had managed your money from before,
Mm-hmm.
but then nothing not added, nothing not coming in.
Yes. Yeah.
It was a time when I look at my account, all I used to see was green plus, and I used to think I'm part of the pharmacy system. They have, and one time during the pandemic, when I look at my account, that time I just see subtract, minus. I see, boy, that thing's serious. So it really hit the entertainers.
Really hit you.
Every entertainer out there.
How was it for you, Michael?
Same thing. I mean, obviously the lockdowns were the sort of immediate factor that cut off all of our income. Not all, because if you have music that's registered, you still made royalties from like radio stations and those kinds of things. But the live performances are like the biggest. The
Yeah.
It's like
that's the big
So
money.
that's the
That's
big
like
money.
70%.
70%. You're right. You're right. So the 70 to 75% of the income comes from these live performances, and it was completely cut off. It wasn't like, okay, there was a little bit, or it was just completely wiped out. Now imagine your commitments to lenders, commitments to family members, commitments, just general commitments, and you're unable to meet those. So it really put us back, set us back. I think more than the 2 years that it actually spanned, it set us back, and I'm very much encouraged that things are coming back on stream, but it's going to be a long road for a lot of people to actually
You'd have
make it
artists,
back.
Michael,
Yes.
you'd have artists that die, from
Yeah.
from that.
That nobody's true.
They can't recover.
Nobody's
They can't,
true.
nobody
It's
telling you.
Oh,
They
yeah.
disappear. Like, I ain't talking about like death from
Yeah.
the virus.
But
No,
the
no.
career.
I talking about you talking about the
No,
entertainment.
I know. I'm talking about the entertainment.
Yes, so that is where we are.
Word,
Yeah, like
I mean,
yeah.
they probably quiet now. In the
No,
cupboard, in the
they
closet,
disappear.
but
They
Some people
disappear.
disappear.
Some people
Some
disappear.
people quit.
Can I,
People quit.
can I
Yeah,
ask,
they give
can I
up.
Can I
Okay,
ask a
go.
question? Can I ask a question? Whilst I recognize that there was a lot of suffering for not just for the entertainment industry, but a lot of the businesses, would you say that there are some things that have become obvious to the industry? And you mentioned one of the things, Mikael, you mentioned about, and I know you're a member of EMP, the Association of Music Professionals. Would you say it has given people more incentive to get involved in, for example, registering for copyright protection and intellectual property, for one, so that their repertoires can get protected and they can get passive income? And two, I know she's not here today, but have other musicians like you, Issa, have you taken any example from Carlin XP? Because she seems to have fallen into a new kind of platform, which is the online streaming platform, which during the lockdown time has created kind of like almost a cult following? So that's my two questions.
Okay,
What, you want me to go first?
go first.
It is painfully obvious that becoming a member of a CMO is a very, very important step for every creator. Now, unfortunately, in the Eastern Caribbean, copyright protection and copyright collections are done on behalf of writers. Not all writers are performers, and we don't have a society that actually caters to performers in the Eastern Caribbean quite yet. ECHO is looking towards doing that, but they're not quite there yet. Barbados has it all wrapped up in one little ball. COSCAP does both. I think COT also.
Yeah.
But for the Eastern Caribbean, we don't have that benefit. But having said that, it is still beneficial to all the creators, the writers, the composers, to ensure that their music is not just one protected, but also to benefit from the live, let's say like Facebook and so on. You have to be part of a CMO. Facebook is now paying ECHO. Facebook is paying ECHO now. There's an agreement. They've just come to an agreement. We had to actually basically join with the Latin American counterpart called Latino Tour, because we were not big enough as a Caribbean, as an entire Caribbean, to actually get a seat at the table with Facebook. But we finally did when we joined with the Latin Americans. So now that augurs well for creators around the region. When you go online, not only are you can solicit donations for like what Colin is doing, but at the same time, you actually get a royalty from your music being paid on Facebook. So hopefully that works as an incentive to encourage more people to sign up and have their music registered. And on the issue of Colin's situation is a little unique in that she has Cornell, who's basically a one-stop shop for everything. So her costs would be quite minimal. Yeah, exactly. And that is a formula that works excellent for them. It won't work for every artist.
So that is why.
Different. It won't work for
so that is what I was going to answer you with. So for your question is no.
Yeah.
I'm not a virtual performer. I will do it if I have to do it, but I see it as a short-term solution. I am an interaction performer. Because I can't be just singing to the computers and those things, and I tell you napkins, and I have to send people in your kitchen and go in the toilet and get the toilet paper. I have to deal with so I improvise. I try to make it work for me during that time. Stay connected with my fans, do different things, talk shows.
Right.
I keep on giving back and keep on finding ways of helping my fans, my people. But I knew that it would come back. It might not come back as fast as how it left, but it's going to come back. And you see the result of that last year, where I went to the US and I did a whole tour.
Yeah, I saw that.
With over 30 to 40 something shows back to back to back to back. So now this year I'm fully booked. So as Michael was saying, it will work for certain people. There are certain people, they can cater that type of performance for certain people, But me, it won't work for me.
So people, we have King Dice in the house. He's here.
Nice.
Welcome.
Oh, what show we be there now? What is the show? That's the first point.
I think it's on the other side.
What side that there?
Your side.
To me, when people say other side, it's that you. Yeah, I see you on the other side.
You go to a better place.
Yes, you want to welcome you, King Dice, to the other side.
Yeah.
I'm not a Dominican, but I was trying to remember. How many titles? You on 10? How many?
He said that is 9.
9? Oh.
9.
No.
Wait.
9 national Calypso competitions, but he's won road matches.
But we're talking about the national one.
Okay.
So 9, and don't follow me, say it. Me alone I can say it.
Yeah,
and they follow him twice.
See your thing.
9 and they follow him twice.
See your thing. Speak your mind, my brother. Anyway, good. It's afternoon, night time. Good day. Nice. Thanks to have me on your program, Mr. Sam.
Nice.
I don't like your name of your program, but at least he's my boy.
Guys, one day you have to come to the other side, so you might as well come.
No, I go there already. Actually, I am there right now.
Okay, good.
That's where I'm sitting right now.
So, guys, before you came, we were asking Asa and Mikel about their experience during COVID. So, I want to ask you, how was yours?
Yeah, I was
Tell me.
kind of listening, on my way down there, the traffic there, So, well, I actually it's have a track that say you can't live by bread alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually after the COVID, I was living on bread alone.
Cook's bread.
Cook's bread. Yeah. So we had a little. So none of the artists, plenty of us, we're doing our job, when it comes to singing, but. Music, Asa, big up Asa, Asa get a boost through that. Most of the artists in Dominica since before him didn't even get, he'd have these skinny bantans and then he'd have Nai, and then Asa have a special thing and working for him and for us, for the Dominican people. So it's good on that level. Mikel, you don't know, is Queen Mikel, and Dicey is go out there and perform. So when you don't have that and COVID coming, it's always good that the artists have something else to do.
Yeah.
Saying that,
Can I? Sorry.
You want to go ahead, Sam, or can
Yeah, I want to ask a question following up to what Kenny asked in terms of diversification within the industry. I know Mikel, I don't mind, I'm not putting your business outside, but Mikel is a businesswoman. She's got other, endeavors she's pursuing outside of business, some of it tangentially linked to the business. So you're building your strength that way. Are any of the other two, Dice and Asa, are any of you entrepreneurs in your own right outside of the music? Is there, do you, are you guys doing anything in business in the event that you have another situation like this, that you have something to fall back on?
Yeah, well, that is what I was explaining in my situation, and when the COVID came, the bakery, nothing didn't happen to the bakery, the wood bread vibes, but at the same time, it's something not big like how you'd expect it to be. Oh my God, the big bakery. No, it's small, nice, going easy, but it was kind of putting something there during the COVID times. And performance for the Calypsonian is usually on the stage, and then you can't do that, so you have to find something else. And at the same time, I don't know how East has ended up. When they say they had this song about Dice to go Dubai, I was kind of happy I didn't go to Dubai, man. I don't like them wrong playing right thing there. Some of them felt special. You know what I'm saying? So so it's nothing for me. I've been doing that like for 10 years straight, or maybe 11 years. Every time is move. I find it I like it back.
Yeah.
But when I get that COVID time, I took it kind of how it come. I just take it how it come and say, well, I get a little ease up. Let me just take my ease up and see how the life man. And do the bread thing.
Well, me, that is why any young artists listening right now, that's why I would always want to tell them, save all your money. Because, from the time I start and things have been going well for me, I always save. And I always make a investment. And I had something there to take me over the little bridge, that rough time of Corona. And then it make me also made some investment in one to other places, to keep me rolling, And one of the most important things is to have to be a brand ambassador for certain companies. So you see, I'm a brand ambassador for Twapito Water, Vibes Radio. I spoke with Kubuli and
DBS,
so much, DBS, Jolly.
all
So something coming in there, so you can hold me for the time while I crossing that bridge. And when the bridge go, I move again.
But sometimes you don't think that could be a distraction from the passion. Maybe I'm wrong.
What?
To think the
What?
music is
What
your
exactly?
passion.
Not at
What?
all.
Maybe diversifying into a business that takes a lot of effort. Or
Well, according
I
to
think it's what
the
you
person,
diversify into, right?
Yes.
according to the person, the individual, and according to the water they're swimming in. You know where you be. So according to the person, you have your drive. You can, even though you have your, you could do your business and do your music. And according to the person, according to the water you're swimming in, I might be, sometimes the opportunities is grander in your musical area. So you check and you stick to that and you will never put that down. But sometimes when the opportunities is not too pushy and too sometimes, you have to kind of look for other things because you have mouths to feed, So it's according to the person and according to the situation you are in. That's how I would put it.
Yes, and some of those artists or those musicians, those entertainers that wasn't doing the music full time, that means they was never really into it. That was never their main bread. So some of them, they always had their other job, or they have other businesses that they actually give it. That is their daily bread, and they're doing the music part time. So, but people like me, for sure, Mikel, I know for sure, and Dicey, for sure. No, I will tell you for sure. Because
and some die, as you say, some die during the period.
And some died.
I'd like to ask.
I just want to respond
1
to that.
second, can you?
Okay.
The moderator. I just wanted to respond. Just it's especially for the activities that Asa is involved in. They are not at all distractions from his because he is a brand ambassador, and part of his music career involves these endorsements. This is part of his brand, and other brands reach out to him for that association because they want to be associated with the goodwill that he has in his brand. Sure. So it's not something diverse per se from the music industry itself, because this is like standard in the music industry that you have endorsements, and Beyonce gets $4 million from not CoverGirl, what's it? Maybelline,
Maybelline
or L'Oreal, L'Oreal. I think it's L'Oreal for 2 weeks of work a year. That's just part of the industry. That's what we do. But aside from that, celebrities, musicians, whether it be athletes or entertainers, have customarily invested in other areas because music is something, like you can see, can be adversely affected by world events. You know, something can happen, and then all of a sudden, we have issues where you can have a live show, so anything can happen. So you have to,
and they use us as the scapegoat.
Yeah, you have to ensure that when in times of plenty, like he says, in times of plenty, you set aside, and there's some level of investment in something that you're passionate about. Right. So for him, it's about the baking and the bread, and
the music to everything. The one that come.
But I would sell, for me, using my brand, like perfect name, Crown, using your brand to push a different type of business is fantastic. To me, I think everybody should have a minimum of 3 sources of income. Minimum.
So you all believe in diversifying.
Yeah,
minimum.
And the Corona give us time to think and say, you know what, I could do that. Because no show coming in now, so I have time now to look at, other places.
That's I would feel of Bell Peppers, man.
Right, Mr. Green.
So, Asa, you can call me Kenny. All of you can call me Kenny, because that's
I just like Mr. Green.
So Dice, I'm gonna zero in on you, because it's interesting. You all speak. Everyone in the studio speaks. Whenever you speak about your art form, you use multiple words, and you often come to the word entertainer. And I see Dice, and I want to understand if you see yourself as well as an entertainer. But I also think you're the most vulnerable of the people in the studio, because you are locked into Calypso more than the others are into that art form. Bouillon is a more, and I'm going to say it as my opinion, Bouillon is a more vibrant genre, irrespective of how people see the lyrical content, etc. I have a personal belief that we should get more people writing for Bouillon, even Calypso writers writing for Bouillon, because there's more future in Bouillon. So my question to you, Dice, is that I think personally that you can travel well to any genre that you choose to go into, because you are entertainer. But do you feel that your future is still in Calypso, or do you see yourself as an entertainer whose time might be to, start touring, to do like an Asa, to do like a Mikel, and start hitting the world as Dice the entertainer?
Well, yeah, I see that. And hey, I think Asa is the only artist there. I'm putting Mikel in that too. Now, so I'm not the only one that vulnerable. Asa is the only one that on the ball you're talking about there. Because really and truly, your music is kind of a forward. That is the type of vibes that happen, the young people into it. And Calypso that is the type of vibes too. But you have to take into consideration something, yeah? Dominica did not make Asa Bantan. Guadeloupe make Asa Bantan before DA and Martinique and the French countries that even recognize it as an original Asa Bantan That is, I talking about that is when me and Clibant and is a man that died already in our group. When Issa was younger than us, and Issa was coming out after. That's where Issa get his name from. And then Issa had to burst in Guadeloupe, and Guadeloupe people start to appreciate Issa Bantan, like how they start to appreciate what's that guy that died there? Jeff Joe, you know, and plenty of our artists have gotten a lesson and plenty of them. So we have a problem where, you know, you trying to make me burst and be a Issa, but remember, you did not make the Issa. Guadeloupe make it, and then after you realize, oh my God, then people enjoyed our dashing more than us. So, excuse me, that's my dashing. Excuse me, that's my dashing. So I understand that, but really and truly, is the people too, because when it's a burst and it bursts nice and you like it already, you can't deny it, you know, and it done gone already, and then people start to think. So now Dickson now doing calypso. Now I'm not in Guadeloupe. I'm not doing it for the Guadeloupe people yet or nothing, or dropping nothing ready. But we're doing it calypso, and you know the type of calypso I sing it, and you know the other side. You know, and but you see, I respect the fact that you want to see that greatness in Dicey, but I can give you a little scenario, you know, that mystical in my life, because it's true people might want to see stuff for me, but I have plans for myself also. Another time I was they give me to come into the college to do a little program with some of the kids, and I was driving my own vehicle towards the college. And then while I'm driving up there, I check in. When I go home, I go home to my home, you know, on my piece of land. You know, I check in people that go in that college, they're going to college to acquire the things that I have already acquired to bring a little form of happiness and comfort. So it's like, you know, my mission kind of a different, you know, I mean, if something come, an opportunity come, I will grab it and run. But hey, I'm eyes open also, you know. Yeah.
But Dicey, I want to say one thing to you, that you cross all political divides, because whilst you say about your music and what you sing, everybody dances to your music, you know.
Yeah, because I see that.
Not everyone may agree with the lyrical content, etc., but everyone recognizes that you're a boss. It's just that, you know, that
this genre. I like my Kaiso, because I believe it has certain things, you know. I like to watch people wheelie their bike, but I have a bike and I will not wheel it. But I can go and sit for the whole afternoon, drink my and watch them boys wheelie their bike. So it has certain things in the music. You see what Asa doing there, man? I wouldn't want to be Asa. I like to come and watch Asa. Yes, yeah. But you know, when Asa come out on the stage and you hear Dicey, you're gonna hear something totally different, but something that you need to hear also. I can remember. Yeah, you go ahead.
Last question from me for a while. I'll let the others.
We have to take a break in a minute.
Do you all feel that, and that's you in the studio, feel that there's more room for collaboration between not just you all, but the music industry? You have Signal, you have these guys who do the compa, Karami, Ecstasy. You have Carlene. Do you feel that you need to do more collaboration?
Yeah, man, I believe
absolutely
collaboration is a thing we should be doing a long time, and I find we're not doing it enough. Because, you know, you go in the Trini and them jam, and them and bringing up any little hot song happening in Trini, the big star bringing up the small boy, you know, one time. But you would find the WCKs that pass through our times there. And never really bring nobody really too much with them, you know. You know, the big stars, even the go, I mean, they might bring someone that's close to them, and if I am wrong, I will stand corrected if somebody correct me. You know, but I believe the examples of the past wasn't collaboration. So you'd find it even harder now for me and Issa to make a track. Because Issa checking this in, I checking this in, but if you see that example was existing long time, like WCK used to do it, Grandmaster used to do it, this used to do it, that used to do it, then it continues throughout the youth and them, like a mother bear teaching the baby bear how to hunt.
So what
we can do it from this generation.
What if I say, or they making excuses with that?
No,
Wait,
but there's no riff. Just so as make us.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you know. There's no riff. There's no beef. There's nothing. Because you see us together.
No. What I meant.
All the time.
Saying that there was the example.
Yeah, but
your own.
Yes.
Probably there was.
I know probably there was.
We can do it.
It just has to be a little harder. When you see you
but we don't still do it, you know.
No,
but we don't still do it. Yeah. Sometimes you guys don't hear it, but we just do it.
Why we hear it?
No, because it's not all the songs that making it, you know. It have songs that have,
Yeah,
like I make
true.
a song with Triple K for this carnival.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Oh, they do, yeah.
They don't push it on the
then
radio.
Signal had a song they've been on Kenny G on with them.
Yeah.
They always have with I think
They say radio playing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
rhythm and vibe. So you hearing it, but you don't even like
Yeah, they have been. There have been collaborations.
It have a lot. It
There
have a
have
lot.
been.
Mikel had
I
a
did-
whole bunch of collaborations
Mikel and
with
Skinny
Skinny
and
Bands.
Skinny
Right,
Bands, yeah.
exactly.
So you see,
I
people
mean,
have
so
been
it does-
trying that trend there,
Keep doing
but
that.
to stick, you know,
Often they lose them.
there's very
It
stick.
do- it not really working well, but we just need to find a way to make it work.
I think that both people are right. Dice is right that there hasn't been a culture of that in the Dominican context. And I have to defend Gordon and Ophelia because they did take me with them when they
Yeah,
were going
yeah.
to Guadeloupe and
Yeah,
Martinique.
well,
and
Yeah.
So I benefited from that. But I feel like as if we haven't, although I've tried my best to include a lot of people, but we still
But
haven't
then
done enough.
We have to
Yeah.
realize
Yeah.
too, even in the bouillon, that I am the first artist, like person that came out as an artist in bouillon music, because growing up,
Band.
what we was is bands.
Band,
And you
band,
hearing that
yeah.
you cannot make it as an artist in Dominica. So at that time, when you have the CK and Serenade, CK and Serenade never make a song.
Right.
CK versus Serenade,
Yes.
and everybody have their crowd and everybody, you know.
The other side.
It's the other side. That's the same
And that's the
thing.
problem. I tell you the sides like that.
Yeah, Kenny, that's the same thing we talk about.
Symbolism there, though. That
You
seems
know,
to be the culture. in
like-
Yeah,
Jamaica.
I tell you, and you have to
When-
break that.
Then when Triple K came, same thing. Triple K versus,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
So-
But it's just like, you
But I
know,
think it makes the Dominican music entertainment culture unique.
Yeah.
I don't think we have that really in Trinidad.
No.
I've been honest. That kind of band versus band. I
Well,
really-
not supposed to be
Not
my
supposed-
do-do. And music is a mission and a
It's unique
competition.
still.
You say, well, okay, KFC and McDonald's, all right. But music, no, music is just mission and more mission. And we are that segregation thing, that other side thing, that thing started a long time. That culture thing, that you know, bone marrow. So we have to take it out as the youth of today.
But
And
we
that's
are
the only
that's
way.
our job.
well, it's some
Yeah.
people in it.
Let's not go there yet. Let's take a
Let-
quick break because we should get to that point of what's your job
That's our
as
job.
an influencer.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, guys. Be right back here on the other side in about 2 minutes. Keep it locked.
Mhm.
Right here, right now, I put the offer out. I don't wanna chase you down. I know you see it. You run with me, and I can cut you free out of the treachery and walls you keep in. So trade that typical for something colorful. And if it's crazy, live a little crazy. You can play it sensible, a king of conventional, or you can risk it all and see. Don't you wanna get away from the same? Oh, pot you gotta play, cause I got what you need. So come with me and take the ride. It'll take you to the other side. Cause you can do like you do, or you can do like me. Stay in the cage, or you finally take the key. Oh, damn, suddenly you're free to fly. It'll take you to the other side. Okay, my friend, you wanna cut me in. Well, I hate to tell you, but it just won't happen. So
Welcome back. We're catching some kicks here on the other side. Here
We
with
was
the-
actually debating on who
that?
chose that song. Is
know who they say?
it, is it Kenny or is it Sam?
But Sam not choose that, man.
No? And half of the time you say Sam.
No.
And then we get that surprise, it's Kenny.
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually, I had another song in mind, and me and Tanya were going back.
I know
and
it's
forth.
not bringing you in your bacchanal, you know. You don't choose your song. You don't choose your song.
Kenny look like he sit down and Kenny go deep into that song, you know.
He's
I'll
like,
give you a piece of trivia, guys. That I once, the company I was involved with, still involved with, produced a WCK album once.
yeah.
Okay.
We produced
Nice.
a WCK album about, it's probably about 10, 15 years ago.
Mhm.
And that was an eye-opener for me because y'all's world is a different world. The music, I mean, there's courses on the music of business, but just the whole dealing in the personalities of entertainers. I'm surprised bands manage to stay together.
Yeah. The dynamics are.
You're right.
You're
You're
right.
right.
I mean, it's tense, and when you have a situation, I mean, I don't want to dominate this, so Sam and Tanya, I want you to come forward, but the whole intellectual property thing, and that's the next question I wanted to ask, is about the content and the writing and where you guys see yourself going in the future. Entertainers, writers, content producers. There's so many different angles, but just to tell you that I think all of you at the entertainment industry have to see themselves as powerful social influencers. That's something. And now that you're going to have more and more people coming to Dominica, I saw the latest statistics for the American Airlines flights every day, and they're like 75% full.
Yeah.
And that means that's close to 450 people a week coming into Dominica every week. And that's sensational. But what that also means is opportunity for more people to hear your music, your content, and to go away with it. But anyway, I'm gonna step back from that. But yeah, the song was my nefarious attempt to create some kind of vibe about what the other side is.
Yeah, the song is an interesting song because of the dynamics of the two people.
Yeah,
You have to listen to it to realize that one person thinks that they have all the answers and the other person thinks that what crap you're talking about. It's that kind of song, and then eventually there's a meeting of the minds. So
Yeah, guys, I don't know, is my mic working?
yes,
Yeah.
It was out for a little while. Thank you. Kenny, I'll jump in here. Dice, I take your point. I'm not responsible for the song, but I'm responsible for the name, The Other Side.
I know you're responsible for some part of that. Yeah.
But
That's
there's
one thing
another
I'm
side.
sure about.
There's another side to The Other Side that you need to listen to.
Yeah.
Because there are many sides to a discussion, but The Other Side came about. Actually, that was a radio program that I did in the Virgin Islands over 20 years ago called The Other Side, basically because media now have gone one-sided, programs on one station will just have one direction, and on another station another direction. People listen to what they support and they never listen to what the other side have to say. So the other side is not to say something negative. The other side is, hey guys, there's another side to the coin. Why don't you listen to it? And that is the purpose of the other side, is to encourage what we're doing now. Even though we may have, you don't know who is what politics in the studio right now, because all of us have common ground. You see, you all have found something that have united you that's bigger than whatever difference is. And I think this is the whole push of the program. So on that basis, let us go there for a second, because as you guys can get along, youth in the studio, the future of Dominica, that looks really bright. But some of the older heads out there, we don't operate like you all. People are very always in a fight, always divisive, always partisan, one pushing forward, the next side pushing backward, and that's not helping the country develop and grow. What message do you all have as musicians, as entertainers? Dice, I know sometimes your songs are political. Even so, I enjoy it regardless, because the lyrical context, it's always creative, it's always interesting. When can we get to the point? What can you guys say to encourage us to get to the point where we can really reason with each other, laugh with each other, even when we disagree with each other?
Right. I would say, hey, I can answer some of this, because I believe when people kind of against each other, it have a reason for it, And as artists, we're supposed to be doing what we're doing, but we're doing it for the people too. So now the people is gonna be the audience, and they seeing they seeing what you're doing, when you're doing it, how you're doing it, and you're singing for the people. But fairness now is a kind of a thing that is divide. When you're unfair, it kind of does divide people too. Because, like, let's say there's a law for Dice not supposed to be doing this at that time, and then okay, you bring me in for this. But then if somebody else do it, and then you don't bring them in for it also, then you see, oh my God, that one have favor. That's more on that side, and I'm on that side. You see, so and then the battle begins. Don't Mr. Blah, blah, blah. So now I think fairness is a kind of a kind of a way of calming that vibes down within between the artists themselves, because hey, I'm nothing for me, I don't know no grudge, but between the artists and the people that involve in the vibes, because you singing for the people, you know, and they seeing you, so hey, it have the balance, you know, it's supposed to be balanced. If it's gonna go unbalanced, then that's the kind of thing. And sometimes, because I can remember seeing a situation where, okay, let's take it like that. So I go and see my big man, yeah. They had a big show in Vegas. I say, hey, so PM, you don't have me on the show. So I say, so in the office, you know, yeah, I say, so what happened? Just because Dice is singing what he's supposed to be singing, you don't have me on the show then. Everybody on the show, I say, he laughed for me, I laughed for him, we finish that talk. But then that's the thing. So you have to kind of show that oneness. To when you show it among the art, let's just say, because we're talking about the artists, no, we're not talking about other people and businessmen and all that thing. But it applies to them also. When you show that fairness among the artists, when the artists go and perform, no matter where they can perform, everybody respecting the vibes and now their influence, you know, they can more bring out their true vibes, man. Because hey, most you can do is try and speak the truth for some people that are listening and guide them into the right path. You know, and one of the ways you can get them to listen is to show that fairness among each other.
I want to say something, though. You know, you brought up so much thing, that fairness.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I want to ask a direct question. Do you think that our social influencers, including yourselves, are showing that unbiased stance in our society?
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
A great majority doing it or not?
I wouldn't even say a great majority.
Are we getting all wrapped up in our?
Yes, some of us
Yeah,
do
man.
get very wrapped up in the.
But isn't it all right to be wrapped up? If I feel to
It's not
be
just
that
all right.
I'm on that
No.
side, I want to tell you I'm
Yes,
on that side.
yes,
fine.
you can.
What
But
I was about to say is that what we have to understand as a society is that people have a right to their own feelings, their own understandings, their own assessment of things. And that is, it's not to say that their right cancels your right. You understand? That person has an opinion on this side and you have one on that side. That does not make you enemies. It does not mean that the two of you cannot meet at a juncture where you can meet like this.
Right.
You understand? We have things that we share in common. There are things that we disagree on. When in a relationship with your husband and your wife, there are things that
that we disagree on.
We disagree on.
Your husband calling you now.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
she's
not
sitting with us,
even
man.
that.
Tell you, be careful.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
But you know what I mean?
Okay, I am thinking it must be a thin line for a social influencer.
But
Because it's like you have your opinions, you have your feelings, you have your personal experiences, whatever is going on, right? And then you have to come and show face, right? And sing your songs and entertain, and you know, how does that feel? How does that feel?
Well, I myself, as I always tell them, Dice is the kind of an artist that sing about what he believes. You know, nobody doesn't force me to do things.
Yeah.
But I like righteousness. I like, you know, balance and them type of things there. You know, I will not sing about something. I will not put face and go about singing about something I don't like. Trust me, if I don't like it, I'll stay away from it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And no matter how much money you can give me for it, sometimes I'll just stay away from it. But there are some people, hey, sometimes everybody's different on planet Earth, and you're right. Everybody can make them do this and do that. You know what I tell you? But when you have the ability to stand up in front of a multitude and speak, open your mouth, you have to be careful about your truth too, you know. You have to be careful too, you know, because that is the multitude you're speaking to, and you want to motivate, you want to go high, you want to make them go higher, you want to educate, you want to help, you want to, you know, bring the thing and make the thing happen smoothly.
Yeah,
you have, yeah, because I that's why I can't sing smart, you know, too much, you know. Like you say the bouillon for you, and people singing bouillon, and people say so much singing bouillon, And I don't know, I see that just cannot come out in my mouth because that is the type of person I am, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, some people, hey, when they jump in the jail,
What do you think, Asa? Is it a thin line for you too, having your, your personal views?
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
having
yeah.
to come out there and sing a song or be a certain person. How is that, like managing that?
No, I mean everybody have their choice, their decision to make. As Miguel said, their feeling. You know, everybody have everybody support who they want to support and what they want to support. And I support the truth, if I feel that is the truth for me,
But that's
and
what
I go out there and I present the truth and I sing and I I go out and I work, and then my truth or whatever I do on social media, it lead to turn people, bring people to my side. Well,
Influence.
that is at the end of the day still work I
But
work.
that's the
with,
thing.
But
on
that's
my
what
side.
that
the
influencer
thing.
does.
Are we looking at bringing people when we are
No, we
brand
working.
ambassadors?
We
or when
working.
we are working, right? Yes, we are looking to. Are we looking to bring people to our side as the entertainer side,
That is
or
the
for the
thing.
person we are working for?
That
And I
is
think
the
that is what
I know.
Well, that is why whatever you take up as a thing has to be aligned with your own truth. You cannot take up. That's why you can't.
But
you can
our
accept a
artists
job.
doing that because
But when I
mean,
do that, I wouldn't accept.
But you
a
see,
from
if
anybody
you
if I do.
practice doing you,
Yeah, all
let's
the
say
time.
balance. That's why I say balance is so mystical, and you have to be like it are certain people that can't be artists, big artists, because their attitude when they
Yes.
reach in the crowd might get there, like throw them down quick. So they have to learn how to have that good
I see
attitude.
that happen a
And they
lot.
have to learn how to have other things when they're outside their thing. They have to learn how to do this, they have to learn how to do that. So all that now is part of being a good artist. And on the stage, opening your mouth and knowing how you balancing it.
Yes,
Is
learn to balance it.
because
Because at the end of the day, we have fans on
On
all
all
sides.
sides,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah,
You have
yeah.
fun on
All
all
sides.
sides.
You
So
know,
to me, you have to accept that there will be different sides. And
Yes.
and to me, especially for Calypso, I don't think we should ever take it out of Calypso. Calypso was always meant
it's
to
blows
be
on them.
social commentary. That is the job
Yeah.
of Calypso.
It's
You
blows on them.
cannot take that out of Calypso. So it's like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That is the vibes, and I think that is the reason why people enjoy Calypso so much, is that you can throw the film
Yeah, the best.
and you can still
So now- so now-
dance
so
and
now-
enjoy. That's just Calypso.
so now then whoever taking the blows, Calypso time coming. That is the time you should be. No, I talk about if they want to avoid the blows, be creative. And then when we have January hit,
Yeah.
pass out duty for everything. A tax-free day.
Check us nice. Check us nice.
So when Carnival comes,
Right.
Carnival time.
Right.
Carnival
Boy,
time is duty-free month.
That word looking like an adjective to to cool out,
A
synonym. Sorry,
Yes.
to cool out,
At the end of the day,
Synonym.
may the best man win,
No, yeah, but I think people take these things too seriously in the sense that you kind of harbor some kind of residual feeling.
Well, that's why some
It
come
is
with the other side,
So it's supposed to invoke that think of something else. Okay, this is the status quo, but let us uncover it and see what's under there. And it might not be real, it might just be satire, but it's supposed. That's what it's supposed to be.
I don't think it's the music they're taking seriously. I think there's some people in society that have their situations, and then you might hear Calypso from guys that just they just bring it out.
It just fit the
It just
situation.
fit the situation.
It just fit
you
it.
just remind me about my struggle.
Right.
You
But
know?
then there are people on the other side that say, but you shouldn't complain. Like, or, you know what I mean?
You can't have everybody to agree.
Yeah, but guys,
Calypso.
one like last night, I'm up here in the US, and of course you get a little nostalgic. And what do I listen to? King Short Shirt. Of course, in his shortest time, those songs, I mean, and they are timeless, they are ageless, No one can run me from where I come from.
Yes, exactly.
So, and this is a political song in a kind of a way. So, like I say, I have no difficulty with the lyrics, Dice sing about Jumbie money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Dice. I never see a money with a Jumbie sign on it, but we
But you know money does the jumbie things. You know money does the jumbie things.
but you know, people have to find a way to not personalize those things and not
Take
become
it now.
personal, because I can't take Dicey and Dice's father used to work with me, build the original Jungle Bay Dice. They don't know the story. So since Dice a youth, I remember I was so happy when he won his first Calypso crown, and we've collaborated on things, and always, notwithstanding, always love. You know, and so people need to kind of cool out when you see, you know, so that we can have our differences politically speaking, but it shouldn't transcend to the personal thing, and I think that's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I put it like this, Mr. Sam. It's like my head that I have to tell my hands to hold that microphone right there. So if my head not good, man, I don't know, my hands taking that and beat somebody, you know. I tell you, so I tell you, and examples that always come from there too. As according to, I always believe is if the man, hey, everybody take it all you want here. If the manager is a good manager in the business place, then he kind of order in the workers to be good managers, to be good, influence them to be good workers too.
Yes.
But if you see that man, he taking a little something anytime, he taking a little something, you know, the influence.
Yes,
So you know, all that is the kind of a thing we have to consider. You know, we cannot just start something like when I talk to my girlfriend about cleaning, and we're talking about having a cleaning talk. I was tell her, hey, she just tell me, it's always good to start from the top and come down. You know, you handle anything. You got to start in the middle and start to. Sometimes you wonder, boy, I have to go up there, I have to come down there, I have to go down. So you do it, you organize and you do it properly. And doing it properly does trickle down. You know, that's just the whole point of everything. And we really have a nation to build. You know, we have a nation to build, and it have enemies around us. It have other nations around us. We have to take care of ourselves as Black people. You know, we have to check our vibes. We have to check for each other. You know, and this kind of a things. And when these things start to happen in a bold manner, in a way that you can just see it blatantly, because it have injustices you see blatantly. It have unfairness you see blatantly. You know what I'm saying? So you need to see some positiveness blatantly. You know, so it can motivate and can trickle down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Okay, so on that note, we're going to a quick break, right, guys? And when we get back, we always open up the lines to our listeners. So if y'all have any calls, questions, for Asa, for Dice, for Mikel, y'all know the numbers. I should give you all, let me give you all now. 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. Overseas, you too, give us a call, 305-432-9624. I forgot to tell all you, we live on Facebook, you know. I need to say that more. We are live on Facebook. So come and see how nice we're looking. We'll be right back after this break. Yes. This break.
And I can cut you free out of the drudgery, the walls you keep in. So trade that typical for something colorful. And if it's crazy, live a little crazy. You can play it sensible, a king of conventional, or you can risk it all and see. Don't you wanna get away from the same? Oh, pot you gotta play, cause I got what you need, so come with me and take the ride. It'll take you to the other side, cause you can do like you do, or you can do like me. Stay in the cage, or you finally take the key. Oh, damn, suddenly you're free to fly. It'll take you to the other side. Okay, my friend, you wanna cut me in. Well, I hate to tell you, but it just won't happen. So thanks, but no, I think I'm good to go. Cause I quite enjoy the life you say I'm trapped in. Now I admire you, and that'll show you do. You're onto something, really it's something. I live among the swells, and we don't pick up peanut shells. I'll have to leave that up to you. Don't you know that I'm okay with this up-down part I get to play? Cause I got what I need, and I don't want to take the ride. I'm gonna need to see the other side, so go and do like you do. I'm good to do like me. Ain't in a cage, so I don't need to take the key. Oh, damn, can't you see I'm doing fine? I'm gonna need to see the other side. Is this really how you like to spend your days? There's whiskey and misery and parties and play. If I were mixed up with you, I'd be the talk of the town, disgraced and disowned, another one of the clowns. But you would finally live a little, finally laugh a little. Just let me give you the freedom to dream, and it'll wake you up and cure your aching. Take your walls and start them breaking. Now that's a deal that seems worth taking. But I guess I'll leave that up to.
Welcome back. We're here live on the other side. My name is Tanya. We have Kenneth Green, Sam Raphael, and joining us as guests today, we have Michael Henderson, King Dice, and Issa Banton. We're talking about, what are we talking about now? We're talking about entertainment after COVID, after
Entertainment,
I
regional.
I don't
You see
know.
how
I
we
don't know
all
if it's
over the
after.
ball?
Not too sure yet, you know. But entertainment after COVID.
After is a strong word.
Yeah, but let's keep the hope up, man. You know,
Yeah.
after COVID, as
So
well as
I wanted to ask Tanya, I wanted to
Sorry.
ask everyone in studio
sorry.
about their brands.
Oh.
Because the way I see it is that when you have someone who comes from overseas, for example, to play at or to perform at a political event or any other event locally, they're doing so based on the weight of their brand. And I think that, you know, the building of the brands for everyone in there is going to be important so that you can diversify and also do any event that you choose to do, because you are entertainers first and foremost. I heard the discussion about doing things based on exactly. Exactly.
That's a big
That's coming in my mind.
So
Good.
So how do you all see yourselves building your brand so that you can? I mean, Dicey made the statement that if he's happy doing a particular genre, doing what he's doing, and that's what gives his soul its food, that's fine. But do you all see yourself building your brand anywhere else than where you are right now?
Of course, to me, there's always room for growth and improvement. Even within, I mean, in the context of Calypso, there's plenty room for growth in Calypso in Dominica. You know, we make it a seasonal thing. That is by choice, but it doesn't have to
Because
be.
Dice can make any
Of
song.
course, it doesn't have to be.
Anytime,
I mean, Calypso Rose did Coachella. You know what I mean?
Really good.
So we are the ones in Dominica limiting Calypso to a particular season, and not actually allowing it to do what it is that it can do anywhere else in the world. That is, we can easily fix that by just promoting our music, our Calypsonians, any time of day, any time of year. So there's always room to expand. Even for me as an artist, originally, when I started doing music, I was a strictly jazz artist. I did jazz, that's what I did. And then I found out about the million people we have between Guadeloupe and Martinique and how they consume Dominican music and how they were so interested in it. And I said, oh, I should explore that. My husband actually was the one who put me onto that and said, well, you know, I know you like jazz, but, you know, let's take, and I did. I ventured, I forayed into that, and I had a great success there doing that. So I'm not fixed into one box or the other, and I always feel like there's room for me to do different things, and so I would like to sort of establish my brand as, yes, I do have a sort of a local music style music that is from Dominica, that's authentically mine, that I've created, but I can fit into any mode. I can go out there. I get called for jazz, I get called for R&B, I get called for, you know, any kind of anthem music, and I can go out there and I can do that. So yeah, I do see the room for growth for the brand, but I do not necessarily see it in a particular genre or, you know, boxed in by any, especially in this modern world. With, you know, with the advent of
options. I got options. Because I don't know why we couldn't like a dance all tune there. For my partners and them, you know. I said, I see me have a reading. What you want to do? I said, hey, you know what? I don't know. Let me write something, drop something later. I did it before. I will do it again. To talk about Cardas, I want to jump into Cardas because, you know, writing was a thing for me when I was I'm kind of a younger, and then when I get into, I doing my thing still, but I need to do it a little more. I know that, but because as you would say again, it's distractions and what you choose to do with your life. But Cardas music, man, Carter's music is our thing, you know. And you see that's the thing, you see patriotism and proudness of where you come from, man. These things have to be in us before we talk about any other than brand thing there for real. Because really and truly, I mean, the DJs on the radio have to have that patriotism in them. That they don't afraid to play a calypso, they don't afraid to play a Mikel Anderson Carnas, a local thing, even though it's not all that, you know, but they're playing it because they really want Dominican music to move, you know. But a lot of us, hey, when that world come and the TV show up and everything, it's like, wow, I like this, I like that, and they go towards that. Whereas all the things that you like, if you go in their place, they like their own thing. Because I mean, my girlfriend said she got up to Jamaica the other day, you know, and thing, and go to different places in Jamaica, and not one time she had no other music than Jamaica music. You know, Trini, you know, the vibes are ready. You know, they love the thing. No, we down here, man, I tell you, is a lot of things can be done, need to be done. But when I tell you the head, you know, the mindset, there's something else. Some vibes have to happen where a grander change, because these jockeys, the DJs and them have to change the vibes, whereas they have to get more patriotic. We, the artists, have to collaborate, come together, do all them kind of a thing. The people, that is the business people out there watching us do that, have to come together and decide, well, let's do a music, a record label or something. Everybody have to play their part in some kind of a form to make that beauty come out. The beauty we're looking for there. Everybody have to play their part, and I'm willing. I'm part of the problem and part of the solution.
Let me take a call quick now, because I see this line blowing up. I need to take this call because we did open the lines. Caller, you're live on the other side.
Yeah, greetings, Tanya.
Hi, what's up?
I'm good, and you have some giant in the house, King guys.
Yeah, man, big up, man.
And the boy your boss.
You know what I
And
mean?
we also have a queen. We also have a queen in the house.
Yes, sir.
Tanya, I want to make a comment and ask a question. But King guys, I like how you answer Sam. If you want us to come together and make things more civilized, my brother, you got to be fair.
True.
Guys, qualify for the king, for the crown. Give him his crown. That's how we have to be the boss. It's he that have the title for the boss. You have to give it to him because he deserves it. He not fair for here. You have to say that with this. But what I want to ask you guys, any one of you can answer it, is what role the economy plays, you know, in aiding or assisting artists. For example, guys, if you go, or any one of you go put up a show now, how the economy affect your show? Because maybe about 10 people could come because they're hungry, they don't have money to buy the ticket. And I know Dominica, our population small, so that's a challenge again. We need a good economy, some musicians. Because Salisbury is the only place dance never used to flop, you know. Ask anybody that know about music before. Anytime you come Salisbury, the whole full. Other places you go, man, the place flop because people haven't got that spending power. So I just want to know how it affects the musicians in Dominica. Give thanks, my brothers, and big up King Dice and,
respect.
Thank
and
you.
your bass. And Miguel, love you guys, man. Love you guys.
Okay, thank you, caller. Who's going to take it now?
Yeah, man. Issa, take it, man. Issa,
How is
take
the economy affecting the entertainment industry and you guys?
Well, breakfast with all is full.
We want it back.
Yeah, the return.
You got it in your belly for breakfast, right?
Well, you know, it have to start from you. You know, creating a solid brand.
Right.
Creating a solid brand, and then the bigger companies and the government and those type of people now supposed to come behind us now and put in the money behind us and make it bigger than the level.
Are they putting the money behind you all?
Well, it all depends on what you want to do.
Some, maybe some.
So like some events will get some help,
We've
some
been
might not
affected,
get.
yeah.
You know why I say?
Yeah.
But as I say, once you can build that brand, because I not get no money for breakfast, and I want my money now. Yes, I want that money now. Sam, I want that money. You think?
Yeah,
because
man.
breakfast fed now, is bringing a lot of money into the economy.
Well, it's I want
You know?
money for breakfast fed. I myself want a business space up there to put the bakery. What do you think?
I will give you some jumpy money and you can
Your fat man.
about that.
What, Sam? So we didn't hear you. Say that again, Sam.
I told Dice I will give him some jumpy money and he can share some.
No. I didn't tell you. I have all the good godly money I have. If you want to call it, if you want to name them, I just tell you. Over there, I have some apartments.
Yeah.
Exactly, you want his breakfast fed. I want one of the business spaces. I will give it to give it to one of the guys on the other side.
Right.
So it will look.
Dice, let me push back a little. Let me push back a little on you, Dice, right?
Okay.
And you know how you and I roll. So
Yeah, man. After all.
sometimes perception becomes our reality, but perception is not the reality.
No.
And fairness and unfairness is something that I think everybody that oppose the government, everything negative that happens to them or everything they desire in their mind, even if they don't pursue it, they already feel defeated somehow. And some people wouldn't even accept assistance from the government because of the position that they take. Whereas there are things that I would like that I cannot get, but I'm not going to say because it's political, because there are other reasons, you understand why I don't get it. But it seems like some people, they want to put politics in front of every failure that they have, you know? And this is something that I think that we need to be honest about. If we're going to say there's unfairness on the one hand, we have to say on the other hand, there's an oversensitivity about the politics, because some people, you know, they like to put that in front of everything. I know some people in business, for instance, that fail in business and they want to blame the government, because how can you blame the government because you fail in business, you know? So somehow there's this whole issue where we all like, you know, persons like to just blame it on politics for their own personal failures.
Well, Sam, I send all my papers in, and yeah, the business plan, everything is there. So I try, yeah, I don't just.
I will encourage you, and it's about building.
I tried. I don't see now back there saying, well, it's politics and thing, and because
right.
I have
so that's good. You know,
I have a vibes in my mind.
Relationships, Dice. That's what it is about.
Yeah, I have a vibes in my mind where I think if a mother see football in a son, she's supposed to buy him a ball. When that son goes to school, if a teacher see football in that same son, in that same boy, he's supposed to create a team for that boy, you know. Now, when that team go and play in the park and the pal rep see football in that same boy, he's supposed to create a league. When that league play in the finals playing and the prime minister of the country see football in that same boy, he's supposed to bring down some scouts to see him. Find a way to get scouts to see him. And then when the scouts see that same boy and he go and he make his vibes, he will remember all the different paths and the different mothers and parents he had, come back in his country and make some other boys pop up.
So Dice, I'll give you the other side to that, Dice. So when they offer the boy assistance, he say he don't want it.
No, we don't go in there. That's just that's just negativity. We're talking about positive things, Mr. Sam.
I'm sharing that with you guys because we have to be honest.
We're gonna take a call. We're gonna take a call.
Okay.
Yeah. We're on the other side now.
Caller, you're live. We're getting heated in here. I swear to you. Caller, you're live.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, how you doing? Good evening. Once enough respect to the Soundstress, Mikel,
Yeah, man.
the Bouillon boss, he's my brethren, King Dice.
Yeah, respect, man. As usual.
Yeah, he's a trucker here, my brother. Like I heard you all earlier was saying about the collaboration. I would want to see more of that Dominican musicians collaborating together, because we are at a path right now. The hottest music in the Caribbean right now is Bouillon.
Yes.
And the states are doing that.
And the reason why I say that, I see some individual want to get away and keep going into soca when soca is something of the past. I keep blessings to Dominican musicians, because why? We've been to two genres of music, Cadas and Bouillon, and a lot of other islands haven't been there. That's a blessing from God.
Yes.
So Asa, you have a job to do, my brother.
Definitely.
Maybe you're there for a mission, and you might be there to influence the young generation, but influence them on the right path, my brother. That's your job.
Yes.
I see the same thing. I'm Mikel. You know what I'm saying? So do the right thing. Don't let no one use you all to influence younger generation for their selfish gain. Because at the end of the day, you are going to held responsible for the young people's mind, how they sway away. You know, some people are strong-minded and some people are weak. And we all have a following. So I hope that, you know, on going forward, you know, the government of Dominica look up to their musicians and help them and assist them on their way forward to acquire and to big up their talent.
Right.
So I'm listening to you, and God bless you all, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man. But
And that's it.
I have a-
it make me
I have
think
a
of something too.
disagreement. I have a disagreement with that. The feedback there, just slight disagreement. The reason soca is so popular, I personally agree. Bouillon is a dynamic music form. The beats in Bouillon is well sought after. That's why you're hearing more and more mixes, even in Trinidad. The rhythms are incorporating Bouillon. Even Barbados, I heard the Mad Alien rhythm a couple years ago, and that was Bouillon straight. But the problem is the writing for Bouillon is poor.
True.
Lyrical content is poor.
And I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Oh, then you go comment in that. That's why some fellas die. Them big fellas just talking about it's not that.
Listen, no, you can be a shining light on a hill where the rest of the hill is dark, you know. So the point is that in my opinion, that's just my opinion, guys. We're spinning top in mud, as we say, with Calypso. Because Dominica is the only country in the
But
Caribbean
y'all are going to tell you.
that
Y'all are gonna tell
still
you.
has Calypso as its major art form. All of the other islands have soca. We should be pushing Bouillon.
I'm going to tell you that. I'm going
But-
to tell you that.
But for Bouillon to elevate, the writing has to get better. And that means that the Calypso writers really should start looking, and people like Mikel should start looking to help write more Bouillon content.
Oh,
I don't mind. Listen.
No, but you're making a good point.
No,
there,
you're
you
making
know.
a good
I
point.
have written.
But
I,
let Issa talk now. We're not letting Issa say.
Yeah,
it.
let me say.
Let's defend himself.
If someone wants to respond to I want to hear the response. You find the lyrical content of Bouillon is
Yeah. I mean, every genre of music have it bad side.
Upside
It
oh
I
yes.
don't want to call it.
Just listen to country music. Come on.
Come on. No, we're going too far. Just listen to Calypso music. That's why I come back on Kenny. Listen to Calypso music. Because there are songs, right? I listen in. I hear it playing on the radio. I home and my mother, you know, the radio and that, and she listens, she's singing, she's not aware of it. And I say, what? And if you take that same song and you drop it in a Bouillon, they're going to ban it.
Yeah.
So
I
now,
agree.
I'm going to give you some example.
I agree.
So there was a song Triple K at the time. Bend down for the wood.
yes.
It's about a lady cooking and she have to get wood to cook the food.
Yes.
Bend down for the wood. Wood
It's a
there, wood.
must.
And they ban it on the radio. And then in that same breath, I hear him, buy your boy.
Yes.
I hear him, muteke bausa, keep.
Yeah.
Keep, you know. And in the Calypso, they joking, and we going from the key. You know, I listen to Ren and the guy singing about my key breaking the whole. I use that, and that played on DBS straight. That played on Q95 straight. It played on all the other radio stations. And you take that same song, I drop it in a Bouillon. My key, break in the hole. You can't even say the lyrical content is not.
I agree with you when you're talking about Bouillon versus Calypso.
Yes,
that is why I'm
it's
advocating that Bouillon should become our.
And I agree with you.
I agree with you 100%.
And I agree with you on the writing
It can
Yes.
to get more writers.
Yes.
We don't have writers.
Yes, it's true.
When it comes
Because-
to Bouillon versus soca, it's an unequal battle because when you listen to soca, look,
No, and then no, and that is where again I'm gonna give you again. Bouillon versus soca. We have a 30,000 soca artists. We have about 40 Bouillon artists. You cannot match us up. You know, sometimes I hear people say, Trinidad does do it like that. Why you don't do your show like that? Trinidad having a show with Kes, 200,000 people.
Exactly.
And another show over there with 80,000 people.
On the same
And
night.
on
At
the
the same
same
time.
night, Dominica don't even have 60,000 people.
But
And-
I agree with you again, but it's a chicken and egg situation.
Yeah.
You can't get popular.
Chicken and egg. So
Yeah.
chicken and egg
Which
situation.
comes first? Which
So which
comes
one comes
first?
first? The egg or the chicken?
Well, for me, I say it's ratio.
Let him answer that. Which one comes first?
You can't answer that.
The egg or the chicken?
You
Which one
can't
comes
answer that.
first?
You can't answer
Because it's a chicken to make an egg, and a chicken come from an egg.
Yeah, creation.
And I'm gonna tell you something, Kenny. I went to the Uber Soca cruise,
Yes, I saw that.
and I was the only Dominican on the Uber Soca cruise. 50 entertainers, artists, and DJs, and all the Trinis together, all the Lucians together, all the Bajans together, Grenadians together, and I'm the only Dominican by myself.
One year.
Not even a DJ
that's
with
the
me.
thing, Yeah.
And I decide, I have to go up against all those guys.
We're not against
I
that.
hear you,
No,
Reverend
against
Michael.
them because in my first 2 years is a lot of fight down, because when they realize what's going to happen, people want to change my time and play before me and
I know.
do the same-
I have experienced that during Creole Music
Junior
Festival.
Turner.
We
Do the
were
same thing that
there.
I did.
They did not want
And I
to
went
play
in
after
there.
us.
And it's soca, they came with soca, and I came with my bouillon. Do something crazy.
Oh, boy.
And I mash up the ship. I almost sing the ship. And mash up the place, and I took over the Uber Soca cruise. And all these guys on the Soca cruise, all the big artists on them came up to me. They want to do a
collaboration, yes,
with me. They
yeah.
want to remix my
And
song.
right.
And I check it, no, my one little song I've missed in there. You gotta kill it, no?
Yeah.
And when you watch, right after the Uber Soca cruise, you start to hear bouillon
Yeah.
in all of their music.
All of their
and
music,
so on.
yeah.
And if you go to St. Lucia, Grenada, all them places, it have a lot of dirty contents as well in their music. But it have a market for that. It have a market for that because them people that singing the dirty songs, right? When they go and play certain places, they have their crowd coming and see them.
Everything have a market.
And the people that singing the clean songs, like Kenny and them Love, they wouldn't go out to that show.
I love clean songs.
No,
I'm just telling you.
what you call it? They have a word they just call it. When they just write the calypso.
Not satire.
Mask.
Yes, but that's it. But satire really is that, you're right.
Yes. So
But that's what went down for the wood is. It's a mask. It's just that.
It's not very masked.
And why we getting blows for it? Because I'm gonna give you example like Ridge. Ridge make some dirty songs, right? I don't call it dirty. They are with the raw, some raw bouillon. And when he make them raw bouillon, you'll hear certain people complain about it. He make a raw calypso, they play it. I find all you hard on us.
They don't even know how to. It's the hypocrisy, my brother. That is what is being taught in our society. It's a kind of
This fan here, you don't get
you're more acceptable in that way.
Acceptable. Traditional art form of
But
calypso is more acceptable.
You see, ratio.
So that's why they.
I believe is Mr. Green is, Kenny, is ratio. Even though they have 60,000 and we have 200, it's ratio. I just think it have a lot of our bouillon. It have more of the raw than the conquerable stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Kenny is right, because we need writers.
Yeah.
And we need writers.
And it need more Asa Bantans.
Yes, we
you
need
know
more
what I'm saying?
Asa Bantans. We need
Yeah.
more Asa Bantans.
Yeah.
We need more Nai.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Nai is a great writer. Nai is a great writer.
The way the industry and the way music is going, I keep on saying this. I keep on stumping for this. Bouillon is the music of the young people in Dominica, and it is the music that travels the best because it has the best beats. The problem is our beats are traveling, but not our lyrical content. Lyrical content. Only ASA is really getting that done right now. So we have a window before someone takes more of the lyrics and put it on our beats, and suddenly Bouillon becomes their music.
Somebody else thing.
So that's why I keep on saying that I like to hear the fact that you consider yourselves entertainers, because Dice as an entertainer should be next to Asa, the biggest bouillon artist in the world. Not just in
But
Dublin.
I have Booyah songs too, you know.
I know you
But
do.
the thing
That
is,
is in
you
Booyah.
know, you have to get we have to come together. Like I say, it's to have the bad bits. But I want to make a Booyah song. I decide, well, okay, my boy, you have a beat now, and he saying for me, okay, the beat not all that, but you have the bad bits. He's supposed to send me the beat, you know, and do the and say, I say, look, a fresh thing come out there, jump on that, some kind of vibes like that. But the next thing I want to say, you see, Asa, you know, you Dominica itself have that creative power in it. I don't know why people doesn't see that. I would put in yourself more than anybody else on planet Earth. But my brother, DA have been that type of place long time. Bread basket for the Caribbean. I'm soldiers going upgrading and help people think. Music that we create. Best water. We have something, my brother. You have to trust in yourself, and the youths out there for listening to me. You cannot be sitting down there watching Asa and maybe grudging a little vibes or chicken boy. Do your thing, man. Go and do your thing too. That's what the mistake I'm Kenneth is looking for, you know. More Asa banter and so on. When you go on this Uber cruise, you sit down with a whole set of DFLs too. You know, to perform your perform and you have your
But guys, are you guys the ones who dare now helping the youth? Because
Well,
you know, sometimes we need a little
You
chance.
know how
we need a little help.
difficult. Listen, it is.
But
I
you
have
have
been
to,
in
whichever
championing.
way that
Let me
you can, you
explain.
have
Let me
to.
explain something a little bit. Because I've co-written Booyah songs as well. The Booyah Army song that Colin has was also something that I wrote on. What I'm saying is that we have some people who are receptible to help.
And support,
Some
yes.
people,
They
yes.
can be trained.
And other people feel like as if it's you know, you're old school or you don't know what all you're talking about. This is a new generation thing, and they don't want any kind of advice or help on it. And but the thing is,
Go back to
music
the
is
same thing
music
again.
is a business. Music is
You
a
understand?
business. Music is not just something. Although you have to have a conviction and a passion to do it and do it well, it is still a business. So if you're going to go into business, you have to educate yourself about the business that you're going to go into, and you have to know what the elements are that are going to make your business successful. So if the elements are that you have a great beat, we already have that in Bouillon. We know that it can go internationally. We've seen it. I was at the Creole Music Festival, and you had these big artists standing there deciding they're not going on after Asa Bantan.
Yes.
They refuse because how they go? No, I'm not going to do that to the artist. But a major artist who was making major bank that they didn't pay Asa. I sure didn't pay him that money. But anyway, that's a different topic. But and I'm an advocate for that, for artists being compensated at the value which they bring to the table.
About being compensated in Dominica.
In
when you perform for
Dominica, right?
events.
So, but then, the issue I'm saying is that the elements, it's a formula, you know, it's a business and there's a formula. So you have elements that contribute to the formula. We already know that we have the beats, we have and they can transcend the waters. They can go everywhere. They can compete amongst the soca and the reggae and everything else. We know that there's a problem with the lyrical content of some, not all the Bouillon songs, some. Okay, so why aren't we making an extra effort to correct that particular problem? Find the people who we know write well. Pat writes well. We know the writers in our community. You know, where people.
But that's the thing. Pat don't want to write a Bouillon.
Yes,
Maybe
no.
I don't think he's ever asked.
No.
Has anyone ever asked Pat
Listen
to
to
write a
me.
Bouillon?
Anyone of all you there closer to Pat than me?
No, exactly.
Right. So let me answer this for you. Because
Marlon.
No, not Marlon. God, give Marlon. Man, just passed through there once.
No, not that Marlon. Not that Marlon. That's a Pat nephew.
Oh, Marlon still living in thing. I in Dominica. Listen, Pat have been asking Bouillon bands and Bouillon artists for him to write for them. He tell me as long as he used to perform in Naked Fit. And that was long time before us. And he used to tell bands that used to do Bouillon, like, I don't know if it's CK or whatever, to him to write for them. And they didn't want, like how you say, they didn't want it because for them, they want to do their own thing. They have that type of, as you say, the business of the thing. Yeah. You know, you go into the music and you're more looking for a woman and them story there and people to see you and them story there. You see, if you go into music and it's that you're looking for, my brother, then you have an issue
There will
there.
be no industry.
But if you
There's
take
no
it as a business, then you can
business.
understand what we're talking
And
about.
then you have the business has various elements. So you have the writers, you have the people who compose,
Yeah,
you
man.
have the engineers, you have the performers who are the front.
Yeah, man.
It's you
Yeah,
understand?
man.
It's a consortium and it works. That's the only way it works
Well,
successfully.
I hope the youth are listening because you also have lots of things.
Organization.
So it's about being
Organization.
also open to being trained.
That's
Some of
correct.
us
Yes.
don't
That's
want to listen or their head hard.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, the
I'm
one
Kenny saying something.
you
Yeah.
know, the biggest shot in the arm for the genre would be if you three in there was to collab on something that makes it big on the Booyah stage internationally. Everyone will follow. That's one good thing that Dominicans are good at. If someone leads, everyone else will follow.
Very good, Kenny. So we're going
Well-
to get you to sponsor that
I
collaboration.
don't, yeah.
Oh,
Just know I don't and ready.
That's
So
like so.
it's whenever you're ready, just
I'm
call
going to
me.
write tonight. I'm
Yeah.
going to start writing
Yeah,
tonight.
just
You see,
call me.
and
Because we will need you see, for something like that to be successful, you're going to need the entire range of steps. So it's not just writing the song and having the performers, but we're going to need a marketing plan. We're going to need a proper video. We're going to need media coverage. We're going to need a lot to put it out there. And we want to put it out there at the highest level. And not
Okay, guys,
It's a good example, man.
you guys have touched my my emotions here.
yes, good.
Okay, let me volunteer, you and I. At least these artists, let us work with them since this is your proposal, guys. If everybody's on board, I'm on board. Let's get the resources and let's make that happen.
Yes, I'm on board.
I'm on board, but excuse me, Mr. Magician Sam. That was the ultimate plan on the why? Because you could just call me and tell me, call a sign. We didn't have to make a big interview for that.
The sharing is good. The sharing of the information.
Guys,
is
if
good.
I had to tell you that, I would have told you that. No, really.
I know, man.
Again, opportunity comes. It's an opportunity. It's not my line of business. But if you guys are committed to doing it, Kenny, I am prepared to let's put the resources behind him if they're serious about this, and let's see how it goes. Who knows? It's a business. It's an investment.
They get to write whatever they feel, whatever song they feel like singing.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Kenny's so interested in the writing.
Why?
How come
Look,
Kenny's not a writer.
I will bounce on anything.
I would love to see Kenny write some lyrics.
Look, the issue isn't that the lyrical content is slanted in one way or the other. The issue is that the lyrics cannot travel.
Right.
If you cannot travel, if you cannot go to any house,
To certain islands, to certain islands.
no, but Asa, you know it. You can go in any household, blue, red, green, black, and you can get the crowd to bounce. That's all that matters, because when you do that, you get people to play your music on the radio, you get more revenue from playback, and you get to do more shows. That's all that matters to you.
Yes.
You're a business person.
I run out of time, and I can't go over my time because there's a show that comes right after this. And I'm on best behavior. Don't laugh. Okay, so it was great. We want to thank you guys, Issa, Dice, Mikkel. Thanks for being here. It was a great topic. Kenny, Sam, I miss you guys. No, not really.
Nice vibes, man, Kenny. Nice, Kenny. Kenny, nice
She loves
vibes.
us, she really does love us, but it's the Trini thing, and we almost flew out of the country, so she has a little.
Well, I usually
glad you know.
one boat. Remember, is one boat that pass and drop people in different places.
Yeah,
Not
that's
actually,
right.
all of us is brother and sister in that thing there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining us. Keep it locked to the big station Q95. We have a next show coming right up.
Sam, big up yourself.
Big up, man.
Good
Thank
night.
you for having us.
Yes, Kenny.
Thanks a lot, fellas.
The Global View on Q, the big station. Insights into where the people of Dominica and the Caribbean came from. Understanding our past, embracing our present, charting the way forward into our future. Together, eliminating poverty, embracing justice, peace, and togetherness. The Global View on Q. Networking Dominica with the rest of the world. The experts are in the house. From Dominica, Canada, the Caribbean, the United States, Europe, Asia, and the rest of the world. Engaging all Dominicans at home and abroad on our agriculture, our economy, our foreign relations, our justice system, our governance, our international competitiveness, our education, our world-class festivals and entertainment, sports, politics, regional cooperation, and much more. Globally positioning